والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. قل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم ألا نعبد إلا الله ولا نشرك به شيئا ولا يتخذ بعضنا بعضا أربابا من دون الله فإن تولوا فقولوا اشهدوا بأننا مسلمون. صدق الله العظيم. So now, after mentioning the ayat and the mention of the mubahala, the challenge which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Rasulullah to present to the Christians, particularly in this case the delegation of the Christians that came from Najran, from southern Arabia. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives this further instructions to Rasulullah, and of course these instructions are to those who come after him as well. قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَى كَلِمَةٍ. Say, O people of the book, تَعَالَوْا إِلَى كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ. Come to a mutual consensus. Come to a word which will be a mutual consensus between us and you, something, the common denominator, common ground that we can both agree upon, and that is Allah na'budu illallah, and that we will not worship, we will not submit, we will not surrender and subject ourselves except to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا نُشْرِكَ بِهِ شَيْئًا. We will not associate any partners with him at all. وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And none of us will take others among us from the creation as lords other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَقُولُوا اشْهَدُوا بِأَنَّا مُسْلِمُونَ. And if they turn away, then say, bear witness that we are Muslims. We have submitted and surrendered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wahdahu la sharika lahu. And there's some important points, as I mentioned, as this is Qul, say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this is the instructions for Rasul. There's also instructions for anyone who is faced with a situation where they have to discuss or debate with the people of the book or people of other religions or ideologies other than Islam. And having said that, it should be noted that people should not enter into such discussions and debates unless they're qualified to do so. Right? So we don't start arguing and debating when we don't have the proper knowledge and understanding of what we're debating about. So this is obviously addressed to those people who have the authority and have the wherewithal to do so. And so it also points to the fact that we don't start with the bones of contention. Let's start with common denominators. Let's start with what we can agree upon. Then we'll come to the other issues later. Number one. And number two, that if in the course of the debate it becomes apparent that those who are debating with us are not interested in truth, they're interested in proving their point. So debates are useless pursuits unless the intention is that we investigate the issue to find out where the truth lies. So if that's the intention on both sides of the debate, then the debate could be fruitful. Otherwise, it's an exercise of ego, and we're not interested in engaging ourselves, wasting our time, and destroying our, inner condition doing so. And so if we find that people are not interested in finding the truth, they're just interested in proving their point and pushing their agenda, then what do? We say, bear witness that we are Muslims. We believe in the truth, and you bear witness that we have said so. So on the Day of Judgment, this will come to light. It's also interesting that this is the very ayat which Rasulullah invited the Byzantine ruler, Herakl, he's better known as Heraclius in English. And he wrote to them, and this is the nas of that, right? It's in Sahih al-Bukhari, very short, succinct, to the point. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the Rahman Rahim. Min Muhammad Abdullah wa Rasulihi ila Herakl Azim al-Rum. From Muhammad, the slave and the messenger of Rasulullah alayhi salatu, the slave of Allah and his messenger, to Herakl, the respected and honored one of Rum. Salamun ala man ittaba al-huda. Peace be upon those who follow guidance. This is how we greet the non-Muslims, by the way. For example, if a non-Muslim, says Assalamu alaikum, everybody knows now, Islam is the biggest thing in the news. So people know that, and they know if you're Muslim, they say Assalamu alaikum. So what do we say to them? Assalamu ala man ittaba al-huda. Peace be upon those who follow guidance. If you follow guidance, peace be upon you. If not, sorry. Okay? Assalamu ala man ittaba al-huda. Amma ba'd. فَإِنِّي أَدْعُوكَ بِدِعَايَةِ الْإِسْلَامِ. And thereafter, I invite you to the invitation of Islam. No beating around the bush, straight to the point. I invite you to the invitation of Islam. Aslim taslam. Enter into Islam, submit, be at peace, be safe. In other words, so it's a glad tiding and it's a warning at the same time. Enter into Islam, everything will be great. If you don't, there'll be problems in this world and the next. Okay. Aslim taslim. Yu'tik Allah ajraka marratain. So now the targheeb, the motivation, if you accept Islam, you will get your reward twice. As it's mentioned in the Quran and also in Hadith, that the people who believe in the former prophets, the people of the book, they believed in Musa alayhi salam, they believed in Isa alayhi salam, and then they believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they'll get reward for their previous belief and now for their new belief. So he's inviting, motivating, number one, and then warning, number two. Right? فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتَ فِنْ عَلَيْكَ إِثْمَ الْيَرِسِينَ. And if you turn your back and you don't accept, then not only you'll have, the consequences of your actions, but the consequences of all those who follow you. Yarisina basically means the farmers, who are in your, territories. So basically your constituency, which was a huge constituency. So not only you'll have to pay the price of your disobedience, but those who follow you. People tend to be on the belief set and the deen of their kings. Okay, and then Nabi alayhi salam cited this very ayat, Ya al-kitabi ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa'in baynana wa baynakum, O people of the book, come to a common word between us and you, that we will not worship other than Allah, and we will not ascribe partners to Him at all, and we will not take some of us will not take others as lords other than Allah. So this is how we invite to Islam. We don't need hours and hours of debates. Short and straight to the point. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Ameen. Ameen. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.